This video found you at the exact right time. You are ready to hear about how this person feels for you. What I am hearing, your conversations, your energies, it's like one moment everything's vibing. You're like, man, I really do think that we're on the same page here. And then out of nowhere, they may throw you a curveball. Part of you is almost at this point like irritated because you know you're not making up this connection. You know that there's times that they're giving you something and then almost taking it back. Now, that can be based off fear. That can be based off wanting control. That can be based off of a lot of what I'm also seeing is like inner expectations. Feeling like they can't bring to the table, to the plate, what you are really deserving of in love. A lot of expectations that nobody is putting on them except themselves. You are ready to hear that they are deeply in love with you. Deeply. This is a love that brings so many more doors open than you ever realized. This love came to both of you when you least expected it. And you're ready to know that you are destined to be in each other's life. That there doesn't need to be like a waiting around energy. At this point, whatever separation you two have gone through, whether it was emotional, a physical separation, or just like a mental distance, it was necessary for a divine intervention. But Spirit's showing me that there's no need to wait. If you've been feeling called to say something, if you've been feeling the itch and know that it's for them to express and bring this to you, you're right there. You are both deeply in love with each other, and I see in these past few days, you have made definitive decisions that keep you aligned. This is a lifetime you're meant to glow and prosper together. You've had past lives where you had to sacrifice this love because you have met this soul in many lifetimes. See what Spirit has about what you are ready to know. Well, I'm definitely seeing that both of you go and live life by your own playbooks. You are both probably very different than the family, like members, like the people, your blood that you grew up with. I'm seeing two people that have completely claimed their lives, their independency, their identity. This is somebody where it's like you continue to find your identity and who you are with them. Because when we're with a person, you're going to be with many different versions of them if you stay together. We are supposed to do a certain amount of healing by ourselves, but not all of it. Okay, humans are tribe mentality creatures. There's a reason they say it takes a village to raise a child, or etc. Those sayings don't just hold nothing. There's a deep weight, and we've been taught in this world that we're supposed to just be able to do everything ourselves, get over it, and no. You're not supposed to just get over it. You're not just supposed to be stronger. This is actually what makes that strength. I see that both of you lived so much of your life feeling like you had to suppress who you are to make others happy. You couldn't deal with that anymore. You had to break free, maybe even from, like, maybe you're somebody who has no contact with your past, family. It feels like even if you are still connected to blood, it's so like you are one totally different version of a person when you are with them, with your found family, than the blood. Okay? And I'm hearing you never really thought you were going to be able to find this type of passion. You thought it was fake. You thought it was in fairy tales. It's not. This individual and you are deeply picking each other every day. I see that On their end, there could be more of a silent a silence, and but with you it's like you always want to speak. Okay, so what I'm saying is they could be a runner and you've been kind of like a chaser in life. They're not running away from your connection. They're actually focusing on what parts of themselves they really did need to be alone with to be able to come back and bring something more to the table, to actually have something to offer. And I mean much more than just physical things, 3D world things, inner growth, inner strength, inner trust. They never wanted to make you make a decision. Like, whether it feels like with this collective, either maybe it was like a long distance thing happening, and it's like you guys can continue this at this point unless there's more ability to see each other, or even one person moves to where the other one is. For some of you, you were stuck in relationships or even in a living home, a situation where it was like they were never going to ask you to sacrifice what you knew or the safety you had to just be with them because of how much they loved you. How much they love you has to be seeing, though, that you never needed any of that. No matter what money situation, high or low, what you're doing in life, if you're following your dreams or not, all of that stuff is great if and all, but it means absolutely nothing if you don't have a true soul to cherish and connect with through it. Both of you have found a balance and released friendships, situationships. I just see a release of contact. And unless you two hadn't butt heads, you never would have broken free. You had to take a leap of faith with this connection. I see you're going to continue to work hard together. You're going to make something for yourself together. Bring what you both have together. And this masculine force I see within it is going to have the ability to show up for you. I feel like a lot of you do feel left in limbo. It's like, you've been told that this is not over, but it's also not knowing when it's going to start again. I can see that both of you have changed your playbook, aka how you've gone about, how you've gone about being codependent, how you've gone about thinking things through before speaking, before doing. Being able to see the other person's perspective, and neither of you have burnt bridges. This connection, it's meant for you two to go ahead and flow into this next part of your life together. They're not playing games with you, if you're wondering that. Not giving excuse for their actions, or giving an understanding. I could definitely tell if you're wondering if they know, it's like, do they know how much this hurts me, this back and forth? I would say that it's a yes-no feeling. They do know that this is affecting you. I don't think they know the intensity, because if they did, it would break their heart. It would break their heart to know, and I feel like some of you here are like, okay, woo, yeah, my heart feels that way. But it's almost like a divine intervention. Spirit's letting me know that they don't know actually how much this is hurting you, because they would almost like just self-punish and completely throw away the connection, thinking that they were the problem, when in reality, neither of you are the problem. Spirit is letting you know they are deeply in love with you. If you are in each other's life right now, going through, just a bumpy road, these are actually the moments that build you stronger, that show you are meant to be together, and you're willing to like sacrifice, in a sense, the comfort for the possibility of what you two really can have. You have moved so many mountains. You are supposed to be able to be together. This is a divinely guided connection. And Spirit's calling for you to simply embrace your independency. Don't rush. But trust that you two hold thrones together. The king and the queen. Neither is higher nor lower. You are equals. You bring a balance. You bring a blend. If you are the one here that is leaving that person on red, or you're going back and forth about your worth for them, look, there's no reason for you to wait. There's no reason, and collective takes resonate. Some of you here know that you're on the other end. The divine intervention, the chaser, is not supposed to be the one that does this reach out, that breaks the tension. You know, this is the runner who is supposed to be doing this work, so that the chaser can just see that they don't need to do to be accepted. If you are the one who the ball is more or less in your court, there is nothing more you need to learn, need to do before you speak up. At this point, it's like I feel that masculine's energy is just at the leap of faith, and simply has to just jump. It's not going to get any easier. In fact, waiting could even be harder. You listen to Spirit's guidance on that separation for further growth. But Spirit's also saying, now listen to how the tides have settled. Literally, the universe, God, etc., whatever it is to, speaks to us through nature. Look how the motion, look how if there's been a lot of rain around you, or wind, or if it's been really dry, and like you're seeing this change of scenery. Spirit says, don't blow away the connection. A lot of you here feel like you have to have like a lot of stuff figured out in your 3D before you can re-enter this relationship or take it to the next level. And this is not true. You feel like I need to have a certain amount of this in my bank account. If I need to be able to dedicate this amount of time, and you're just assuming what the other person needs, you just got to talk and you really got to listen to them. I can feel there's stubbornness within the masculine, not a stubbornness necessarily like arrogant or rude, a stubbornness to like just stop expecting so much of your goddamn self. You are destined to be together in this lifetime. All you have to do right now is follow that balance of putting yourself first and noticing when Spirit says the wind, the pattern of nature, of how the seasons are speaking to us, how when you notice that change, it is an interconnection as well. I see so much more life in your story before this month is even over. This is not a ticking time bomb. This is the end of what was, for you to be able to truly see the dark part of you is not something you have to hide from them, hide from yourself. This is a connection that's meant to heal. It's brought to you in divine timing. It's taken away for moments in divine timing. But you find your way back to each other. Your puzzle pieces. No matter if this person is talking to you right now or not, you're the one that has their heart. You're the one they're deeply in love with. And Spirit says, just let them take it from there. Today's video is partnered with the amazing gemstone company Otter Spirit. Otter Spirit is a gemstone company that I have had the pleasure to work with for the past couple of years now. The reason I continue to work with Otter Spirit is because not only do I align with the morals and the intention behind this company, the quality of their bracelets are the best I have ever received. But recently, they have added new products to their website. What's in this box? Otter Spirit now also has crystal spheres. The sphere that Otter Spirit sent me today is pyrite. The motto of pyrite is success flows to me effortlessly. Pyrite promotes prosperity in your life. No matter what you receive from them, they are always going to add this card in your package that explains exactly what your stone, your crystal, etc. charges. The reason behind why you use it, and then also the zodiac signs and the chakras that are associated with said crystal stone. This has a deep amount of weight to it. When I tell you that this has some meat on its bones, this is a hardy, strong stone. So if you are interested in seeing all of the options they have currently regarding the crystal and stone spheres, or also checking out the available gemstone bracelets they have, head over to otterspirit.com. If you are watching this on YouTube, I have actually put the otterspirit.com link in the description of this video for your convenience. Make sure at checkout you use one of my codes I have up here. You use one of those codes, you're going to get a hearty discount off of your product, and you're going to be helping support yours truly. That is what I have for y'all today. Thank you, Otter Spirit, for continuing to work with me. I'm honored to promote your company and to spread this energy out in the world together. And thank you for being here. I will see you when I see you. Let's get it.